Hello everyone, welcome to day 16 of McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss Challenge. So I have been up for a very long time and I'm just now getting around to eating some food, but I am making some brown rice in the Instant Pot right here. And I have made some peas. And so I'm going to have brown rice and peas, and I've got a little bit of the mushrooms stuff left over, so I'm going to put some of that on there as well. And I think that's going to taste just delicious and wonderful. So I'm going to eat that for now. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing tonight yet. So I do think that maybe I have a recipe for like a cauliflower spinach, like mashed potato kind of thing. I might do that. There are several other McDougall recipes that I'm interested in making as well, so I might do something along those lines. I'm not really sure yet exactly what it is that I'm doing, but for sure for lunch I'm having rice, peas, mushrooms. So that's gonna be delicious. I'm very much looking forward to that. Yeah, I don't have anything else exciting to talk to you about right now. So when I get something exciting to talk to you about, I'll be back. Or I'll be back to let you guys know what's going on food-wise. I've just been around the house, been doing laundry, and I took my oldest son to Target real quick and got a few things there, and then, you know, just putzing around the house and stuff. So nothing exciting going on at the moment. But yeah, I will talk to you guys again a little bit later for some food. All right, guys, so I just got up from taking a nap and it was wonderful. I really was tired. So now it is definitely time to cook. I'm going to make a recipe called Caramelized Onion and Tomato Risotto. Yeah, that's what it's called. And it looks like it would be super easy to make, but really, really, really time intensive. So this recipe is definitely one you want to make when you have some time to just throw some stuff on the stove and let it do its thing. It does not look labor intensive at all. In fact, the ingredients are pretty darn straightforward, but it does definitely take some time because you want to caramelize the onions, and according to the recipe, that should take about an hour. So I have about that amount of time. So, well, I have more than that. So we've got time. The first thing it says to do is to take 1 pound of onions and thinly slice them. And I was thinking, holy cow, that is a lot of pound of onions. Wow. No, I weighed that, and I weighed that guy. And one of them is 1 pound 1 ounce, and one of them is 1 pound 2 ounces. So a pound of onion is not really that big of a deal. I thought it would be more than that, to be honest with you. I'm actually gonna make 2. I'm not doubling the recipe, but one of the comments on her recipe does say if you wanted to, something that might be really good is to caramelize your onions and then take some out and serve it with that on the top of the tomato risotto. So I am going to do that. I thought that sounded like a really good idea. So I'm going to make 2 pounds of onions, but I'm not doubling the rest of the recipe. So what you do is you chop these up pretty thin and you put them in your pot, and you put your pot on your stove over medium-low heat. She does want you to put in some oil. It's like a tablespoon of oil to get all of the onions coated with a tiny little bit of oil before you cook it. I'm not going to do that. I really don't think it's necessary. It just might mean I have to pay a little bit better attention to the onions so that they don't burn, which I'm willing to do. So what you do is you cook these for 20 to 30 minutes until they start to soften up really well, it said, and then you put in a teaspoon of sugar. So I'm going to actually use 2 teaspoons of sugar because I mean, I got two times the amount of onions, so that part I am doubling. The rest of it I'm not, that part I am. So put 2 teaspoons of sugar on it and mix it up really, really well, and then you continue to cook it for another half an hour. And by that point you should have brown caramelized onions. So we're gonna check that out and see if that works. I'm not very good at being patient, and I'm not very good at taking my time when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm just really not. But I'm gonna go do it, and hopefully we're gonna be, in an hour I'll be back and be like, dude, I got caramelized onions, because that's what I'm looking for. So I will see you guys in about an hour, and yeah, wish me luck that I can manage to be patient enough to caramelize some onions. Okay guys, so I did pretty good. There's some caramelized onions. The whole pot is about more along the color of the brown than the lighter color. They're pretty good, I think. I don't know. They've been cooking for about an hour and 5 minutes, so I think that I'm as good to coming close to being as done with them as possible. I'm not going to play anymore. So I need you guys to look at this recipe if this is something that you want to make, to decide if you want to follow it the way that she says to follow it or do it the way that I'm going to do it. Let me explain that. So she does say that you can use a can of tomatoes, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a can of tomatoes. But the way that she has the recipe is that you take 2 pounds of vine-ripened tomatoes and then you do stuff to them and put them in the oven and scoop them out and all this whole thing. I'm not going to do any of that. That sounds like a lot of work, and I don't think it's necessary. Can of tomatoes. So that's one thing. Another is that you're supposed to use arborio rice for this, which I have made arborio rice into risotto before. It works great. It is labor intensive and time intensive, but it's fine. You just add rice and then you add a little bit of liquid and you mix it, and you add a little bit of liquid and you mix it. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to use already cooked brown rice. So it's gonna be kind of like having congee, which, you know, guys, I'm a huge fan of congee anyway. So I know my recipe is gonna work because I've done it before, but if you want to follow her exact recipe, I would say go and look at her website, and obviously I'll put the description, the link in the description box below so you can follow it exactly. But I'm going to take a couple little shortcuts to make it a little bit easier. But anyways, so basically I'm skipping steps 5 through 9, and those are all to do with tomato. I'm not going to do any of the tomato part of it. I am going to drain this a little bit. I'm not going to rinse it or anything. I'm just going to drain whatever liquid's at the top, and then the rest of it I will use. So next, when the onions are caramelized, you want to turn up the heat and add 3 cloves of garlic and saute that for a little bit. So I'm going to, we got a new jug of garlic, woohoo! So I'm going to put 3 cloves of garlic in there, which I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to scoop garlic because, yeah, that's how I do that. And then after about a minute, when that has been going, you want to add 1 cup of, it says dry white wine. I wouldn't know the difference between a dry white wine and a sweet white wine when I look at them because I don't drink. But I'm going to go with this little Chardonnay here because this is the kind that I buy for cooking. So I know that this is just under a cup, so I'm going to use that. So you're going to add in 1 cup of dry white wine, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, which I told you I needed to find a use for some leftover tomato paste, so here we go. You're going to put in your tomatoes, which either the way that she made them and put them in, or a can of tomatoes, and 2 teaspoons of dried thyme. There's the front, dried thyme. So that stuff is going to go in there after the garlic has done its thing for about a minute. And then you want to raise the heat and bring that to a boil, and then lower the heat and let it sit for about 5 minutes on a low heat so that the liquid that's in there reduces by half. So none of that's very difficult. Just add some ingredients and let it boil, lightly simmer for just about 5 minutes. No big deal. The next thing that you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take 1.5 cups of arborio rice, which is a really great rice, by the way. I really do like making risotto. It's always very creamy and delicious, and arborio rice is the rice that you want to use for that. So it's 1.5 cups of arborio rice. You put that into your pot and let it simmer, and stirring it frequently until all the liquid that was in the pot is absorbed by the rice. And this is how you end up making a very creamy risotto. So you basically want to make 3 or 4 cups, just make 4 cups to make your life easier, 4 cups of broth, and you want to have that ready, you want it to be warm, and then you're going to use that 1/2 cup at a time. So you would put 1/2 cup of broth into your pot, let it continue to simmer. Should you have it simmering or boiling? To simmer, and then you just want to go ahead and let the rice absorb that, and then you put in your next 1/2 cup and absorb that, and next 1/2 cup and absorb that. And basically you just want to go until the rice is tender, which takes about 20 minutes. So I'm going to use already cooked brown rice that I have from yesterday. It's going to be just fine. I'm not going to need 4 cups of liquid. I probably will only need maybe 2.5. So I will make 3 and see if I end up needing that or not. But at the end, you're supposed to, after you're done with all that, after the 20 minutes, you're supposed to add in 1/2 cup of full fat coconut milk. I'm not going to do that, but I learned a nifty little trick from Mary McDougall that if for 1 cup, I'm going to use non-fat soy milk that I purchased specifically for this plan. So I'm going to use 1/2 cup of that with 1/2 teaspoon of pure coconut extract. I ordered this on Amazon. So basically I am going to use, for 1 cup of liquid, you use 1 teaspoon of extract, and that will make it a very nice coconut flavor, but it's not going to have any of the fat in it. So if you can use the fat, or you want to use the fat in your meal, use full fat coconut milk, 1/2 cup, that's what you want. And then you just let that cook for about 2 or 3 minutes until it's creamy, and you're done. You can put some pepper on it if you want to, and that's how it goes. So I am also going to add in, my bag is breaking. I'm spilling them. Some enoki mushrooms. I already chopped these. You guys know I use enoki mushrooms for just about everything, so I've got them chopped up into little thirds. But anyway, so enoki mushroom. I'm going to add a package of those. I like them. They're wonderful, and they're super creamy in rice dishes. So, and because I want this to be creamy anyway, I can't see how that will hurt anything. So, next step. you've got your onions are done. You want to put in your garlic. Let that simmer for about a minute. You want to put in the rest of your ingredients and let that go for about 5 minutes till it starts to reduce. You'll have boiled it and then bring it down to simmer. You're gonna want to put your rice in and then do a half a cup of liquid. After that's absorbed the liquid, do another half cup, absorb liquid, another half cup. Okay. About 20-25 minutes longer and food will be ready. So that's it, guys. It's not too tough. I'm going to go and take out some of the onions. Seeing as I made 2 pounds rather than 1, I'll take out about, I'm gonna just take out maybe about half, not quite, probably not half, maybe I'll take about a third out of it. And I'll use that to put across the top because that'll be very pretty and yummy. So I'm going to go add ingredients and make some more food, and I will be with you guys again just in a little bit. So we'll see you guys again soon for some food because it's gonna be awesome. Alright guys, so I finished the minute of the garlic, got all the extra added ingredients in there, just got it to a boil. I'm going to turn it down lower so that it can simmer now, and I just thought I would let you see that's what it looks like while it is doing its thing. Obviously the gnocchi mushrooms are not necessary for the recipe, I just happen to love them, so they're in there. But I'm going to let this go for about 5 minutes and going to dump in the rice and start with the addition of the fluids and see how it goes. I think it's gonna be wonderful. Actually, it smells super, super yummy, so I'm really excited about this. So I will see you guys when I have some food ready for you. All right, guys, so seriously, about 2 hours after starting, it is done. If you have time to put into this, holy cow, this is really, really good. So I tried it a couple times while cooking it, and early on when I tried it, the wine flavor was like seriously overpowering. So yeah, it really does need that last 20 minutes of cook time for sure, because now it's not at all. I tried it before I put the coconut extract, coconut milk in there, and it was good, like it was really good. But then after I mixed in the coconut, it was soy milk, the non-fat soy milk with the coconut extract in it. Oh wow, this is really good. Which is funny to me because I don't really like coconut usually, but this is really tasty. It's really good. Yeah, this is very tasty. So, if you guys know a quicker way to caramelize an onion, let me know. I'm just typically not that patient, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, in terms of making it, you really just let the stove do most of the work. You mix it a few times and stuff, so it's really not that bad. But this is very tasty. I'm going to have a bowl of this because it's absolutely wonderful. And I'll probably eat it again tomorrow because it's really, really good. So anyway, that's it for me for the day. Oh man, guys, I'm super itchy today though. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm gonna go do some more laundry. Started earlier, need to finish it. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys will take the time sometime to make this. It's really quite good. It's very delicious. Maybe you could make this and have it be like a special treat for someone that's coming over that you wanted to like make something special for them. That would work. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys again soon. Hope you're having a good one.